So what happens to your brain when you go viral? Let's talk about that. Hello, Thunderhawk Coaching Will here. Today we're going to talk about what happens to your brain when you go viral. So, something really interesting about the phenomena of going viral. It kind of really changes your psychology in a lot of ways. I think a lot of us are conditioned to kind of believe and feel that, like, we need more. More is better. Have more stuff. More stuff, more money, more views, more attention. And I think all of this, like, plays on specific circuitry in our brain that is forming when we're younger, generally, when we're trying to figure out who we are, right? We want eyes on us to validate the kind of the patterns of self we're putting on our heads, right? And like, this is like normal, right? We want to feel like we belong. We feel like we connect to people. I don't know if you've ever seen, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the fun triangle. The bottom, you got basic needs like sleep, etc., food, yada yada. The one above, security of property, security of finances, security of home, etc., feeling secure. And then the one above that is a sense of connection and belonging, right? And I think that's something that when we are younger, we're looking for more because we're trying to figure out like who we are, right? We don't really have a home base where we feel connected, which is why I think younger people get pulled into this trap of like needing to go viral, needing to have the validation and attention of everyone, and that being everything, right? Even think about the little insults people throw at each other, right? Like, who asked, right? That's like a common thing I see online. Like, somebody says something, they're like, who asked, right? That to me kind of signals, hey, your opinion is only valuable relative to like who cares about what you've said. Clout, right? It's a thing, man. It messes with your brain, and it messes with your brain because it kills the ability to be content. Because we're not content anyway. We seek to do more in the world, be more in the world, be consumers. And the challenge with that, my friends, is that you will never be happy. You will never be okay with existing and being where you are. It will never be enough. I mean, we look at the richest people on the planet: Donald Trump, Elon Musk, the CEOs of the top companies in the world, Jeff Bezos, the Bill Gates. Took me a while to think about that. Warren Buffett. All those guys are just like playing the game to get more and more and more. None of them are ever like, man, this is enough and I'm happy and content and life's great, right? They're just like, we're gonna keep going, right? Mark Cuban, I guess, another name. Those guys just want to develop and grow all the time, right? And a lot of this logic and thinking has helped create a lot of the basic needs on the two bottom pillars of that pyramid to be met, which is like in theory great and fantastic, and it's the reason we don't have polio anymore, or it's the reason lots of cures for diseases have been discovered, and why we even understand the body to the level we do in the medical sphere at the moment, which is amazing, right? We've made huge strides. GLP-1 medications, big shout out to those. I'm a huge fan of those. I think they're a huge longevity medication that are super valuable for a lot of people. I personally take it. And with all that, when we think about going viral, right, when we think about having all this attention, it kind of sends this desire circuit into overdrive. So when I say this desire circuit, I mean this desire for more. When we go viral, we have all of these eyes on us. It creates this really intense pendulum swing of high dopamine. So dopamine, when I say dopamine, I mean it's the anticipation hormone, right? That shoots into your brain when you anticipate something amazing happening. When you see the numbers go up and you go viral on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, like that changes the way you interact with the platform, with your content, with yourself. When you're the one that went viral, you're the one that wants to continue going viral and continue having these rushes. And you chase more and more and more and more and more numbers. And this leaves you fundamentally getting disconnected from why you even were doing this in the first place. And it might have been that you just had a fun experience with a friend and you wanted to record that and share that. It might be that you wanted to like maybe earn like a decent, reasonable living off of doing something creative or something you're just interested in, or you just wanted to share something you're passionate about, right? Could be research, could be a fun Minecraft server you were working on, could be that you like cutting wood and you make bread out of wood. That is a channel I watch on YouTube, the Breadwood guy. Shout out to that guy. He's a human beaver, and it's profoundly interesting for me. But going viral pulls you out of like what you loved, right? It kind of goes from being in it for the love of it to being in it to get the numbers. And that, dude, that leaves you in an indescribably trapped space. You go viral, you're kind of trapped. You're trapped reaching that new high. It's kind of like a brain slot machine where you're trying to aggressively pull the slot machine lever and get the high again. And whenever you hit the new high of dopamine, of anticipation, then you want more and more and more. And there's a real addictive loop to it, right? As there is in a lot of kind of our life right now. It's like, subscribe to this, get hooked on this, get addicted to that. Like, a lot of platforms want you to be addicted to stuff because they want you to want more, and then when you've got a bunch more, you'll want more and more again, and it's an exponential. I think this is honestly where the idea of compound interest even came from, right? Because like the psychology of the market is we need more, right? And it's great to like have your basic needs met, and I think that's a really important and valuable mindset to help you get to a place where you have enough of your basic needs. But beyond that, like, what is beyond that, right? A lot of us are like struggling out here for our basic needs. I ain't gonna lie, like I am a little bit too sometimes, but like when you get like beyond that, and I've been beyond that before, like what is there, man? And nobody talks about that enough. And that's what going viral does to your brain, right? You think, I need more, I need more, I need more. But really, there's actually a really famous study where they found that people in the US, when they get to about $75,000 or more, it might be more now thanks to inflation, but when you get past that income threshold, you actually get less happy. And it might be insane for a lot of you to hear that, but the reality is that as humans, our needs become more complex the more basic needs that are met. So when you go viral, that hits that middle pyramid tier of like love and belonging, and that's like really stimulating for the brain relationally, because we feel like everyone thinks we're awesome and the thing we've done is amazing, and so many people have seen it and validated it through comments, through views, through likes, through shares, that we chase that high over and over again, and we get lost in going viral, man. I think people, especially I think that's why younger people are more susceptible to it, because they don't know who they are yet. When you don't know who you are, really we figure that out in relation to others, right? We figure that out by, we go and do a thing and then people say, oh well, Will, you're the guy who goes and plays football, or you're the guy who plays tennis, or you're the guy who plays video games, or you're the guy who plays music. And you have repeated experiences where you kind of be like, oh yeah man, like I enjoy this, I'm about this, I could do more of this, what a W. But when you don't know what that is yet, kind of the validation itself can be very, very alluring. And I say this to all my younger fellows. You know, when you get caught up in that, I think it's the same as like fame, right? I don't think there's any famous person that's like particularly healthy and well balanced, right? I try to skim through this before I even got to making this video of like, can I find any really obvious famous people that are like well-adjusted, reasonably normal people? Most of them aren't, man. Most of them aren't. And that really adds to my hypothesis of going viral and what it does to your brain, right? Your prefrontal cortex, which is the part of your brain that's responsible for executive functioning, which is like linking information up, and emotional regulation, is really, really kind of scrambled when you go viral, right? Because you're like, whoa, man, all the restraint I would have usually had to exercise in relationships, I don't have to do, because I have all of this mountain of validation that's this huge intense burst at the start, right? But it wears off, man. And then you're like, I need more views, I need to go higher, I need to do better. And then you can never sit with yourself. It's always go, it's burnout, it's being trapped in the production hamster wheel. And guys, that ain't a place to be. Because then, like, you don't really matter in that. Just the product, the thing that makes the clout is what matters in that. And then you go down some dark roads, man. A lot of people do it. So take care of yourself out there. You matter, and exploring and trying things is cool. And if people validate that, that's cool. We all want to be seen and heard and want people to care about what we have to say. But I temper that with it's almost like a drug for the brain, my guys. It's strong as heroin. We want to feel connected. So be careful about that, right? If you want to understand how to manage a relationship with that a bit better, mental health coach, your boy Will, I can help out with that. But in this moment, I would just ask you, I'm going to have a question here at the end, what does your relationship with validation look like right now? Because that can be really challenging when we think about setting boundaries, when we think about being a healthy, balanced person. Going viral can really make that worse. So that are my thoughts on that question today. You've been wonderful. I've been Will, Thunderhawk Coaching for now. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.